What's up, RUTube? This is the Chungler from the Rocky Mountain Payloaders RUPL team, and today I'm bringing you an interview with ZS, one of the stars of this RUPL tournament. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm ZS on Smogon. I play for the Tenacious Technicians, which just clinched playoff qualifications yesterday night.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So we will be playing a few more games during the playoffs, and hopefully they'll turn out as well as they did during the regular season.
Yeah, you guys had some close ones, but they were super fun to watch with all the close series in the first couple weeks where you guys ended up dying. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
so Yeah, the first thing I want to start off with, just kind of a fun question here, but who is the funniest player in your RUPL team chat and why?
I'd have to say it's BT Boy. He's just sending messages left and right saying that our team is doomed every day, and this is just so funny to me. He just keeps pestering the Franklin in his chat, saying that we're doomed from week one and hasn't stopped. And I just love it for it.
Yeah, apparently it's been working out because
Yeah, it
Franklin's got
is.
that big 7-0. So
Yeah,
you guys
Franklin's
are good
been
luck.
defeated. I think he needs to keep on doing this.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, so, specifically for you, do you have any kind of pregame ritual you stick to before you play a tour game? I know you play in a lot of different tours, but do you eat something beforehand? Do you turn on some music, anything like that?
I don't think I do anything like ritually. I just go to my computer, open it, check my teams 2 to 3 times. Sometimes I put on some music, sometimes I forget to. It's just depends on the day. I just go in usually, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, no, you gotta play well in the game, otherwise,
Yeah,
rituals don't matter much, I guess.
yeah, I guess. It's just I've never been someone to have a routine even in life because I can't stick to it for the love of God. I never managed to stick to a routine in my life, and
Yeah,
months
fair.
hasn't been done for me.
Awesome. Um, so for you, you've played pretty much all SV in RUPL, right?
Yeah, I played only SV.
What is your favorite set, if you're able to reveal, that you've brought to an RUPL game thus far?
I had a few sets that I really liked. The Entei I brought week four. It wasn't really a set, it was more of a core. I brought Boot Sensei week four of REPL with like Adamant Sacrifice E-Speed Stone Age Crunch paired with TM Terblasco's Kabalion. This was a core I had a lot of fun building around because it just seemed so fun and so good. And I think
Yeah,
these are pretty well together too.
yeah. The when I saw the boots on the Entei, I was pretty surprised. But then someone in our team chat was like, "Wait, we should steal that. Just spread the sacred fire burns and stuff like that."
Yeah. And
I
like the
also
only thing that
yeah, go
cool
ahead.
to switching on Entei is like slow bro without fearing the burn too much. And you just have Calm Mind, Terrablast Ghost on Cobalion to just deal with it because it's also a Cobalion check slow bro. They just pair so well together. I love this card.
Right, yeah, the slow bro switches in, and then you start CMing
Yeah.
them in. That's awesome. The other one of the ones that I wanted to bring up was the toxic heal Breloom.
Oh yeah.
That one was super cool. I can't
Yeah,
remember
that
the
had.
moves, but
Yeah, I had Swords Dance, Rain Punch, Facade Protect. Basically, I was playing a lot of OU then, still am, because I was preparing for World Cup, and I was having a lot of fun with SD Life Score in OU. And I was like, oh yeah, Brelum exists, and it's kind of doing the same thing, except it's like much weaker, but the tier is also much weaker, so maybe we can make it work out. And it turned out alright, and it won, so I'm happy about that.
yeah, right, super cool. Uh, Walled by Ghosts is kind of funny, but you can kind of get away with it if
Yeah.
they don't expect
Mm,
you to be.
those aren't that popular outside of Gengar, Mimikyu,
Right.
and they both lost to Bike plus Bisharp, which made it a lot easier to use Breloom.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. I was thinking, oh, did he bring two ghosts in that game? But no, yeah, yeah, that
No,
makes
no, no.
sense.
I
Uh,
faced no ghosts.
and how are you liking the current meta? I guess that's developed around RUPL. Uh, would you ban anything if you had full dictatorial council control? Anything you think is kind of stupid, or are you having fun with it?
No, I think the metagame has been pretty fun overall. I think that the Enamorous ban was. I'm not so sure about it. I think it was pretty fine. Never struggled with it personally. So if anything, I would just go back and unban it. But I'm fine with it gone as well. I think everything else is just fine. The metagame plays well. It builds well, which I like a lot. It's pretty easy to just stack up mons and have fun with it. Some mons are kind of mandatory, especially on balanced fat, which is what I use the whole tour. You have to go bike, you need a steel type. If you go more offensive, you need to have Kabalion. If you go more defensive, you need to have Jirachi.
Yeah,
But
there's certain like yeah, the steals kind of pigeonholed into a couple, but I've seen
yeah,
some other fun ones.
yeah, it's a bit centralized, but it's pretty balanced, and I like it that way.
Yeah, playable at least, even if centralized.
Yeah. No, it's definitely fun to play. You have a lot of options too in the builder outside of like bike, which you need on every team if you don't go hyper offense
Yeah,
or just flat out hard offense. And even then, bike is pretty good on that. You can just use pretty much every RU and a lot of NU mons, and even some PU mons. They're all pretty good. One mon that I really wanted to use and never got a chance to is Belly Bolt. I think Belly Bolt's very interesting right now. It was pretty great when Thunderous was around, but even now I think it's pretty good
yeah, you see
because
some
it's
Thunderous Eye and
just
stuff.
yeah, there's some Thunderous Eye. Jirachi's just walled. It bits Bisharp. It's pretty good into rain. It's also pretty solid into like Terrakion, Zapdos Galar, Mimikyu.
Building
Pretty good
a
mod.
building a balance that is not weak to Zapdos Galar feels kind of annoying sometimes. So I really
Yeah,
appreciate Belly Bolt for that, just because the
yeah.
double stabs are so annoying. But
The double step was pretty annoying to switch into if you don't have like Slowbro or Belly Bolt or something like Max Def Hippo, and even then it's pretty hard. You gotta stack up like Rocky helmets and stuff to make sure that it just dies
yeah, you have to
before.
kill it before it kills you.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So just going back to your team a little bit, is there anyone that you want to shout out who's been a big help for prepping or just being helpful testing things out since the season started?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't test much during this RUPL. I just wanted to have fun with mons I liked, and most of my team were kind of thinking that I was committing war crimes to the tier every week because I was just bringing some nonsense. But if there's anyone I would like to shout out, it's probably Franklin and Floss. They've been a huge help. Pretty good managers, always there when you need them. Always giving feedback and everything on my teams, which is most important, I think, more than test games.
Right, you got to make sure you're not going crazy.
Yeah, they kept me sane, and I thank them a lot for that because they tend to overcook sometimes.
Yeah, probably a good thing, all things considered, because you have the checks to that. So, and yeah, a lot of your cooking worked out. So, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to shout out that was pretty cool. I mean, Vileplume, just a cool contact punisher. The T Spike Strigalgy worked out super well.
Yeah, the team was pretty great. I loved building and using that team during that game versus LPZ, I think that was.
Yeah,
Yeah, that game was pretty fun and lasted like very long too, which was a bit annoying, but
yeah, but
still
it's
a
like
fun
a
game.
it was a nice back and forth still, but yeah, we
Yeah,
played it really well. So
I think that
yeah, with the Life Orb Chow, so good.
yeah.
Um, so
Something-
you
Yeah,
started off like 4-0, right?
yeah. I started off 4-0.
What was that like once you hit the end of week 4? What were your expectations coming in? And was that like were you super hyped up about that? Like I know I would be.
No, I was pretty happy about my record. Um, I expected, given my opponents, to go like 3-1. There was only one matchup I wasn't super confident in. I think it was versus LPZ.
Yeah,
The
LPZ
other
is
one,
very knowledgeable.
I thought I had good odds, especially when I built my teams. I was very happy about the end result, so I just thought I would be very positive this tour. And I was also pretty upset about the rankings in the power rankings and about my price tag going into the
Yeah, you
tournament.
gotta prove him wrong.
Yeah, I was like, my stock was isn't at an all-time low, so I gotta win.
Yeah, awesome.
And it panned out great.
Do you have a personal highlight game for this season? Could be one of your teammates' games or one of your own games.
A personal highlight game. Oh, that's interesting. Um,
We do
I
both if you can think of a teammate and yourself, but you could just go with yourself too.
I don't think I can remember perfectly a single game from my teammates that made me like go wow. Yeah, but that's because I have bad memory. But
Sure, sure.
um, I remember my games pretty okay, I guess. And I think my favorite game that I played this tournament was probably my game week 2. Yeah, week two. Yeah,
LPZ.
versus LPC, definitely.
Yeah.
I had the best feeling of like the whole tournament when I clicked Stone Edge on the incoming Voltras versus Slowbro and Main Shao.
Okay, I'm
That
going
was
to
like
his turn right now.
by far. I think it was like turn 30 or 40-ish, something around those lines.
Yeah, I'm at turn 50 and nobody has died. So
Oh, yeah.
okay, turn 63, I think. But yeah, that was awesome. To have a
Yeah,
game go that long and then suddenly like, holy crap, Moltres is dead.
yeah, that was my favorite feeling of the whole tour, I think. Because I think my matchup was pretty average. Like he he had a lot of tools to beat me. I didn't have any single switch to Terrakion,
Yeah,
which
that
was
guy's
pretty
always going to
annoying.
be a threat.
Yeah, that guy's a threat,
And
especially
you had
Choice
the
Band.
Terra Ghost Hippo. I'm not sure if it was specifically because of that, but oh
Yeah,
right,
it was specifically because my fighting resist was pretty mid, especially like fight plus knockoff.
right.
Nothing that could switch into that. Yeah, so yeah, that game was my favorite by far. The other ones were either pretty straightforward
Fun,
or
but not the same
yeah,
thrill.
yeah, there wasn't any thrill. I guess the game versus Aima could have been a lot more fun if I didn't miss Dragon Tail.
That was really tough. Like missing a Dragon
Yeah,
Tail versus HO was like, oh my goodness.
yeah, it was basically the end of the game. Like it could have been a nice game. It's just like I'm good friends with Aima. We've been on the same team on the CL. So we were like looking forward to this game too.
Yeah,
And I was really
tough that it
hoping to
went
have a
that way,
good.
but
Yeah, it was sad, but it's okay. We'll have plenty of other chances to face off in the future.
yeah, for sure. And speaking of the future, you guys are in playoffs. I don't know. I don't know if we know who's playing who just yet. The first week, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, we don't yet because depending on Crunch Reps versus Bombers, who gets in, we might go to seat 4 or to seat 3.
Um,
So
do you have anybody on any of the? I mean, let's presume Guardians, Hustlers, you, and then most likely Crunch Wraps. Do you have anybody on one of those teams that you're potentially really excited to play? could be a rematch or somebody you didn't get to play in the regular season?
I want to play versus either Umbri or replay Kushlos.
The Kushlos game was a fire one for sure.
Yeah. The Kushlos game was pretty fire. I really enjoyed it. And down to some paralysis turns and some
Yeah,
mind
right.
games at the end, which I really liked. They're just very good players, and I'm excited to play good players whenever I get the chance to.
Yeah, Umbri and Kush definitely are like, along with you, two of the best records in the pool right now. So
Yeah, I think they're probably the strongest SV players left in the tour right now.
yeah, that's exciting. I think that's about all I have for you today. Um, Thanks for doing an interview with me, ZS, and good
Thank you
luck in
for
the
having me.
playoffs. And unfortunately, we couldn't see another great game against you and Danny this week, but definitely am looking forward to seeing what you do in the playoffs.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was pretty fun being here. And I hope I'll continue playing well in playoffs so that we have good games to talk about in the future as well.
Yeah, you're a super great guy, so I'm sure there's a lot of people rooting for you guys. And technicians, kind of snuck into the playoffs there by really destroying us. So that's always a cool feeling going into the playoffs for you guys, right?
Yeah, we had the momentum going into playoffs, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna do great. I hope everyone just keeps having the good energy and keeps winning. That's all I'm asking.
Folks, it's going to be a bloodbath. We'll see you
It
next
would.
time on our YouTube.